Hi, I'm DeDe. In this session, we'll do some seated traditional exercises to which we will add isometric resistance by squeezing an object, such as a roll of paper towels, a blown up balloon, a rolled up towel, or a playground ball. I'm going to be using one of those last two that I just mentioned. Doing this really ramps up the challenge and creates better strength and stability in our shoulders, legs, hips, and core. This can lead to better balance and coordination. We'll also do some flexibility work toward the end. Here's what you'll need: a sturdy armless chair, some water for hydration, put that under your chair so it's out of your way, and like I said, a squeezable object, so make sure you have that. Also make sure you have plenty of room around your chair, and remember to always move at your own pace. So let's come down now to our seated position, away from the back of the chair. Sit up straight and tall with ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And as we always do, line your legs up with your hip joints and make your feet even and straight. Take your arms down and then bend your elbows. Let's do some wrist limbering, side to side. We'll be squeezing with our hands sometimes, so I want to make sure they're prepared. So we'll breathe in and out the whole time with no breath holding. The isometric contractions we're going to be doing in this session sometimes make you want to hold your breath, so make sure that you don't. Keep breathing in and out. All right, separate your hands, make a light fist and circle around in both directions. Last 4, 3. Now let's wiggle the fingers and thumbs a little bit. Got to get them a little bit limber too. Now we'll make a fist and then we'll flare the fingers out. Fist and flare. Spread the fingers open as far as you can. Each time, gentle squeeze, big separation. Now, are you keeping your shoulders relaxed and down away from your ears? Make sure you do that. Last 4, 3. Now we'll take the arms down to the sides and we'll roll the shoulders. Up, back, and down. Do it again. That feels nice. 2 more. Now we'll make it a little different. Lead with the elbows. So we'll go up and around. Maybe a little bigger. And again, elbows lead the way. Let's alternate our toes. We'll tap right and left. Right, left, right, left. Keeping your heels down, lifting your toes up as high as you can. Now both heels up and down, up and down, up and down. Warming up the calf muscles. Limbering through the ankles. Stretching through the toes. Let's do 4 more here. 4, 3. Make sure you have plenty of room out to the sides. Now we'll step out to the side. Right leg first. We go out and in. Now left leg. Step out, step in. Let's add an arm. Swiveling. Swivel out, swivel in. By the way, at any point, if you need to hold on to the chair, you'll do that with one hand. or the other. And if you feel more comfortable, you can hold on with both hands. That's always okay. Let's do both arms with a single leg. Right leg, and then left leg. Swivel out, swivel in. So we're getting a little warmer. I feel it. I hope you do too. Now we'll take the feet out and we'll keep them out. Inhale, hands on your legs. Your legs are out by the corners of the seat of your chair. Exhale, tip forward. Inhale up. Hip hinge. And of course that means we keep the spine long and straight and we don't change the shape of it. We just change the angle at the hip. 4 more. Up, shoulders relaxed, and forward. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. All right, now we come all the way up. Keep your feet wide. Inhale, arms come out. Exhale, let's look over one shoulder. Take the hands across. Inhale, look over the other shoulder. Turning from your waist, warming up the torso. You can turn your head, but you don't have to. You can keep looking forward if you want to. But if you can comfortably, turn your head, warm up your neck a little bit. One more twist. Now we side bend. So inhale to the center. Exhale over one hand on your leg. Reach. Switch sides now. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your elbow bent. If you can straighten your elbow a little bit more, do that. 2 more. Now we're keeping this wide stance and we're turning sideways in our chair. So we'll lunge, hold on to the chair, turn, drop into this position, knee over ankle, knee right below your hip. And then we rock the pelvis. Rock the pelvis and then release. Do it again. Rock forward, rock back. 1 more. And then we turn to the other side. Pause here. Make sure you have your knees in the right position. Hold on to the chair as much as you need to. And let's rock forward and back. And feel what's happening in your low back as you do this. Yeah. Your glutes are contracting, your abdominals are contracting a little bit, hip flexors are stretching. 1 more. All right, and then we'll come back to the center. Walk your feet in closer, sitting up away from the back of the chair. Palms forward now. Inhale and exhale. Palms together. Inhale, open, lift your chest up. Exhale, let it drop. This is one of my favorite moves because it feels like it frees my spine. If I've been sitting a lot or maybe standing on my feet all day, sitting down and doing a little spinal mobilization really feels good to me. How does it feel to you? Bring your arms up a little higher now. Point your chest up toward the ceiling a bit and then a little bit down from there. Let's do 4 more of these now. A little higher with the arms if you can. Last two. One more time. Now we'll do some heel presses. So hold on to the chair or keep your hands in your lap. Looks like this. Right, left, right, left. Press your heel down. Right, left. Now let's pump the arms. So when your heel goes up, your opposite arm goes forward. Can you lift your heels a little higher? Now let's make this a march. Right, left. Sitting up tall. Now you'll notice when the legs are in motion and the arms are in motion, if you're not holding on, your core has to really step up and stabilize. Can you feel that happening in some of the muscles of your trunk, your back muscles, maybe your waist, maybe your abdominals? See if you can notice that. Now we march 2, 3, and tap the foot. 1, 2, 3, tap the foot. 1, 2, 3, tap the foot. So we're doing this to get our heart rate up, to get up into a steady state of slightly elevated heart rate. And then we'll be ready to start squeezing our object. What did you choose to use? Did you choose a ball or maybe a rolled up towel? A bath towel is a good size to use. Not one of those enormous bath sheets maybe, that might be too bulky, but like a regular bath towel size towel. And you just roll it up. And we can squeeze that because it's pliable and you can squeeze it. A playground ball works great. Mine's a little bit on the smaller side. You could use one that's bigger than the one I have. And if all else fails, you can use a roll of paper towels. Hopefully you have one of those somewhere. Now instead of tapping your toes, bring your heel out. 1, 2, 3, heel in front. How are you feeling? Are you feeling a little warmer? Are you ready? All right, let's stop. Now we're going to grab whatever it is that we're going to use for squeezing. I'm going to use the playground ball. So I'm going to stand up and then support with one hand on my leg while I bend down and grab it. I want you to do that too. Maybe you have your object underneath your chair already, so you can just do the same thing, one hand on the leg and reach underneath and grab it. All right, let's come back to our seated position, away from the back of the chair, legs in line with hips, feet are even and straight, and you're tall and lifted. We warmed up our wrists to get ready for this first move. We're going to squeeze, release. Now we're exhaling as we squeeze. Squeeze, release. Now a few things are happening here. You're creating some tension by pushing against this soft surface. Push, release. A couple other things are happening too. Some muscles are switching on. Your shoulders, your chest. Some of the muscles in your arms are switching on. We want that. Squeeze, release. Here's what we don't want. Tension in the shoulders. We don't want that. So keep your shoulders down. How do your wrists feel? If this is not feeling so good for your wrists, don't push quite as hard, or keep your elbows more down so you have a better angle at your wrist. Squeeze. Now as we squeeze, we're exhaling. Don't forget, not holding on to the breath. Squeeze and exhale. 2 more. Now we'll do something similar with the ball between the knees. So we'll walk the feet in maybe a little closer. If you're using a rolled up towel, put it in the long orientation between the knees. All right? Make sure it's going to stay. And then squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. So what do you notice right away? What do you feel switching on and off? If you said inner thighs, Very good. That is exactly what we're using. That and a couple other assistor muscles that are assisting what's happening. But primarily we're using what are called the adductor muscles, the muscles that we use to bring the legs closer together, in toward the midline of the body. These muscles are important. We want to keep them strong so they can continue to do their job of stabilizing through the hip. But we're also going to work the opposing muscle group to these, because we don't want to only strengthen one side of a joint. We want both sides to be equal. Now let's try a different pattern. 3 quick squeezes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No breath holding. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. All right, take the ball back in your hands. Roll your shoulders, relax your legs. Let's squeeze and release once again with the hands. And remember, if it's bothering your wrists, you can push with your fingers rather than your palms, or you can press not as firmly, or you can keep your elbows under your wrists a little better. Let's try 3 quick squeezes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you feel your chest and shoulder muscles? I can sure feel mine. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Okay, let your arms come down. Just set whatever you're using in your lap. So bring your legs closer together. Roll your shoulders. Let's do a few wrist circles. And then we'll go back to this, side to side. So feel that wonderful stretch through your forearms, your wrists, and maybe into your palms and fingers too. 4 more. 3. Next, we're going to work that opposing muscle group, our outer hip. So we want to start with our ankles and knees together, still sitting up tall. Take your object, whether it's your towel or your ball, and take it to the outside of your legs. Now, we don't want the legs to be too floppy and loose. We want them to be stable. So keep them right in the center, because we're going to be pushing against with this. All right, just above your knee on the side of your thigh. Push, release. Push, release. Exhale, exhale. Now we do have to rotate our torso a little bit to get our hands to the outside of our legs. Whether you're using your towel, a roll of paper towels, a ball, whatever you're using, we have to twist our torso a little bit to get our hands over here. So because of that, we're working some of the trunk rotator muscles. We're working the obliques a little bit, the muscles that help to turn us. And then by staying stable with our legs, we're working some of our hip stabilizers and our core muscles. Push, release, push, release. Now, as you're pushing the ball into you, you're pushing back with your legs. Do you feel that even and equal resistance? If you don't feel that, try to make it equal and even. 2 more. Now let's go right to the other side. Ready? Up and over. Here we go. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. So you twisted, right, to the other direction? So your chest is not quite straight ahead. It's a little bit to the side. Squeeze, release. One of the fantastic things about working out this way is that we always have a household item lying around that we can use. So even though we're using some special equipment, it's not really that special. It's not even really equipment. If you're using a roll of paper towels, that's just a household item. Let's do a couple more here. 4 more, and then we'll do 8 more on the other side. I think my gardener is right outside. Exhale, switch to the other side. 8 more here. Exhale, relax. Exhale, relax. One more. And stop. All right. How did you do there? Roll your shoulders. Let's make a little bit of space between the knees and put your object, whatever you're using, right between your knees. Now squeeze it, and if you need to hold on to it with your hands to keep it secure, do that. Now watch. Heel and in and heel and in. Now the challenge here is maintaining the squeeze even while you're picking up one foot and then setting it down. Heel and back. Keep stabilizing with your hands if you need to. Now, if you're doing well with this, what about full extension of your leg? It doesn't have to be all the way straight, but not resting the heel on the floor. Can you do that? Try it. And meanwhile, we have constant isometric contraction with our inner thigh muscles. Two more. All right, and then stop. Let's walk the feet together again, knees together, go to the outside here, push in. Let's try extending that right leg. Extend, bend, or if it's better for you, heel and then back. Extend or plant your heel. Keep stabilizing through your middle. The torso's revolved a little bit. Now let's switch. Extend or tap your heel. So you're just above your knee with your object. Just above your knee. And you're still breathing. 2 more. All right, and then stop. Roll your shoulders up and back and down. That was a little bit of isometric contraction for our upper body too. Did you feel that through your shoulders and upper back? Now we have to make a lap, which means knees together, ankles together, and place your object here. If you're using a rolled up towel, place it this way. Same with the paper towel roll, this way. Otherwise, if you have a ball, put it here. All right, forearms. Now we bring the front ribs down toward the pelvis and then sit back up. Front ribs toward the pelvis and then back up. So what I'm talking about there is these front ribs moving down toward the front of your pelvis. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears, using your abdominal muscles to compress. And then we exhale, inhale. Two more. Now, which arm did you choose to put in front of the other? So I have this one in front. So as we come up, let's switch the back arm for the front arm and do 8 more. Do you feel that? From the bottom of your chest down below your navel? Can you feel that whole area contracting? See if you can make it happen. Exhale, inhale. 4 more. Make sure that your shoulders aren't riding up towards your ears. 2 more. All right, come on up. Take that off of your lap. You can separate your feet a little bit. Let your arms come down. Another shoulder roll. Now take whatever you're using and put it behind you between the back of your pelvis and the back of the chair. You're going to wedge it there. So you may have to scoot back a little bit. If you're using a roll of paper towels, take it this way slide it right back there. It's down low, see where mine is? If you're using a rolled up towel, same thing. Take it across this way. The ball goes right in the center. So it's not up too high, it's down near your hips, if not right against your hips. Okay, feet stay on the floor, torso is tall, hold on to your chair if you need to, or have your hands in your lap. Now we're going to maintain this distance of chin to chest, and we'll lean back, exhale, compress that object, and then sit up. Let's do it again. Compress, and sit up. So we're strengthening our back muscles here. That's what's pulling us back, our back muscles, against the resistance of the compression of the object. But also you may feel your abdominal muscles working, because as we lean back, gravity starts to kick in and they have to contract to stabilize. Exhale, inhale. Now if this is feeling good and you want a little bit more challenge, one arm across your chest, or maybe both arms across your chest. See how that feels. Stay strong here, we're almost finished. All right, let's come all the way up. Now, whatever you were using, put it off to the side, put it under. If you're using a ball like I am, you probably have to put it on something so it doesn't roll into your way. So I'm going to stand up, I'm going to place my hand on my leg and put my ball back down here. Stay there. Let's get a drink of water. Hand on your leg, find your hydration. I chose this bottle because it clashes so beautifully with what I'm wearing. I hope you appreciate that as much as I do. All right, let's stretch. Slide to the front edge of your chair. Take your hands behind you. Lift your arms up. You're holding the outer portion of the back of the chair. Make sure you moved your feet forward so you can keep yourself in the chair. And then tuck your chin in, lead with your chest, come forward. Breathing in, breathing out. Can you make your upper back more narrow while you're here? This is one of the many stretches that helps us have better posture because it stretches our chest and it allows us to get our shoulders back. That's important for good posture. All right, while we're here, put your hands in your lap, straighten one of your legs because you're right at the front of your chair. If you're not, scoot forward a little bit more, and then we'll tip forward from the hip. So the back is long and straight, and you're including your head and neck in that straight line. And then we're coming up, and we're switching. Bend. Straighten, hip hinge so you can tip forward. Keeping the backs of our legs lengthened helps us. It helps us to be more flexible overall. It can even help with some kinds of low back pain. So we want to keep the back of our legs flexible, pliable, limber. Now let's sit all the way up. You're going to open your feet up to wide. We're turning once again into our lunge. This time we'll move the back foot back a little bit further, face straight onto the side, and then we'll do a side bend. So you have one hand on or near the back of the chair, and then your arm that's closest to me, bend it at the elbow, and lean away from me toward the back of your chair. Stay here. That feels nice. I feel that stretch in my waist and in my hip. I hope you do too. Let's come up and we'll change sides. All right, once you're here, back your back foot up a little bit more, and then we're up and leaning away toward the back of the chair. Stay here. And then we'll bring ourselves up and we'll turn back to the center. Roll your shoulders. Let's do a little bit more wrist limbering. So how did you do? By squeezing an object, we create a demand for greater stabilization, strength, and muscular endurance, which can all lead to better mobility, flexibility, and better balance. Shake out your hands. So as usual, thanks for joining me, but more importantly, thank yourself for being here because you took some time to take good care of yourself, and that's a great thing. I'll see you next time.